Our next big question in strategic marketing is deciding our long-term goals. What should we aim to do or be? So setting the strategic direction. That is our goal. What will be our strategic direction? Where do we want to be? We can have a very broad sense of who we are based on our business, mission, values, and culture. Now we clarify, what do we want to be? What are our long-term aims? How do we anticipate getting there? What strategies are a better fit for us? How do we choose? A key part of this is analyzing both our organization and our external world. For now, we're going to be covering the goal setting itself. So as a note on the book stresses the steps about what counts as what types of strategies. My emphasis on this class is that you know enough about each type of planning and process that you know how to do it and why it's important. For example, you know that it is appropriate to conduct a situational analysis early on in the process, but you don't want to just do it only at the beginning. Nor do you want to wait to do it at the very end, of course. You want to do it before the marketing mix. So long-term goals are more specific than the business mission. These are the longer, multi-year type goals. For these goals, you're allowed to be more specific about products, markets, and other metrics. So good time to look at the Appendix A. So things like in the top 3 streaming services in terms of revenue and subscriptions. You want to expand to the San Diego area. You want to grow market share among the 18 to 29-year-old market. Be premier customer service-oriented material sciences company. You want to be the toughest racing experience providers built on teamwork, camaraderie, and personal accomplishment. So growth is a major outcome many organizations look to do. So here are 4 major types of market opportunities in which a firm may diversify. In other words, how might an organization choose to grow? Keep in mind, organizations can be doing many of these at one time. So you can broadly classify them in terms of who you are marketing to and what you are marketing. So please note it varies how new or current any particular market is. It is very relative to the firm in question doing the analysis. For some, a new market may simply be geographic, where they are in a new state or even just moving beyond Southern or Northern California. Others, a new market may be extremely different. Same goes for how different the product should be. What's important is remembering that there are different ways an organization can diversify their portfolio and drive growth. The broad categories suggest what new skills and experiences your firm may need to grow in that particular direction. So here's an example from Wells Fargo. They previously focused on what's called market penetration, selling more and cross-selling to current depositors. Now what? So meanwhile, other major banks have been busy building national credit card platforms with rich reward schemes, marketing them all to all potential customers. JP Morgan Chase is generating buzz with its new enhanced travel rewards card, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Meanwhile, Citigroup has added $10.6 billion to its credit card portfolio through its Costco partnership. And now where's Wells Fargo going to go? Notice how it's not finding new customers, it's about what to sell to who. So the bank example showed ways to sell more to existing customers. In fact, there's a bit customer and product development going on with what those banks were offering. So in sum, knowing who your current customers are and your current products will help you know where you may want to go next. So let's go over each in turn. So big idea, knowing where you've been to know where to go. Let's go each in turn. So market penetration, where you are increasing market share among your existing customers. So in other words, getting your existing customers to buy more, such as offering a coupon so they buy more ice cream, or offering toys with the kids' meals that are from a popular movie. This can also be as simple as adding more commercials that remind the user how much they like M&Ms, or suggested appetizers and other recipes on a box of crackers. Regal Cinema's Crown Club here is a good example of market penetration. Regal Cinemas practices market penetration by attempting to increase sales of the firm's present offerings in its present markets. Not only do they encourage you to buy more movie tickets, but also perhaps to consider buying more types of things from them, such as by rewarding you with a concession, free upsize, and then maybe make you think more about doing that next time. Another example, Southwest Airlines sent out coupons for a complimentary alcoholic beverage. Presumably, they wish to encourage you to buy drinks on future flights by getting you into the habit of flying and, again, maybe even flying more because now you're thinking of the coupon, now you're thinking of them. So in sum, sell more of your existing products to your existing customers. Product development is creating new products for present markets. So this would be creating new flavors for Ben & Jerry's or adding teeth whitening strips to toothpaste buyers. Taco Bell offered a new breakfast line to get more people to eat, not just for lunch and dinner, but breakfast too. This can be deceptively simple as a new flavor of toothpaste. Fage Yogurt has introduced the Crossovers line, which features a more savory yogurt. Let's not forget the contest Lay holds for their new chips pretty much every year. As you can imagine, this may encourage current markets, but this may also come to encourage new customers as well. So if you really are a pierogies or maple mousse fan, maybe you're more interested now. This is also where we often think of how a company not only can improve on a current line, but add more types of products. For example, Apple created dozens of other products. An example on the slide, the Walt Disney Company extended to many different types of products too, all of which likely required new skills and experience sets, but they retained certain competencies and their existing customer base. So in sum, a new product for existing markets. Next is market development. It's attracting new customers to existing products. So this would be, for example, expanding to international markets. So bringing KFC to China. So how many of you have been nearly run over by one of these carts here, these golf cars? I know I certainly wasn't on a golf course when it happened. Why? Well, golf cart companies don't just sell to golf courses. They also sell to malls, schools, and college campuses. You can now be nearly run over at many different places by what they call club cars and other names. Marketing development is often done, in fact, through geographic shifts as well. So East Coast restaurants coming to the West, or Baidu of China going to many different regions of Asia. Here's an example of how American whiskey is marketed across the globe. So in sum, market development is about present products to new customers. So finally, to wrap up this section on different ways to grow is diversification. This is where the company introduces new products into new markets. So this would be like how Chobani of yogurt fame is making a kids clothing line that's part promotional, part growth to go with its gummies kids snacks. Google bought a company that makes robotics that operate in space, glucose measuring contact lenses, Android Chrome, and self-driving cars. Their primary business is being a middleman, supplying data and making data more useful. AI and robots is a very different sort of data for different types of customers than its usual business or consumer markets. So actually, let me go to this one first. We often like to talk about how McDonald's tried to open a hotel in Europe, and they've both since closed it down, but now actually it's renewed. Taco Bell is doing this to an extent as a pop-up event where they're only taking over the hotel for a limited time, but as a luxury pop-up event. AAA, the automobile club, operates a gig car sharing service as part of its mission to act as they put it, advocate for motorists, safe roads and vehicles, better educate drivers, and the rights of travelers as one of their mission declarations go. So you can notice these examples are tricky to come by since most firms usually come in with some sort of strength, which means either the market or the product are never completely different. So Starbucks sells ethos water and a brand of music, or Uggs customizes upscale footwear for men. In general, the organization usually has some strengths or competencies to get into a new line of business with new customers. So in sum, diversification is new market and new products. So next up, we'll talk about how will we decide what goals to pursue and what should we do, and especially with a focus on situational analysis.